Last week, we started our little journey here talking about what constitutes a deep breath. And we decided that it's much more than this kind of vigorous thing that happens. So the first quality we talked about in the deep breath is that it's a deep, relaxed, full range of motion of the diaphragm, which happens even with the most delicate of breath, even the easiest of breaths. And so many times I've brought myself back into regulation just by sensing, oh, I'm not just letting my diaphragm go. And as soon as I let it go with just easy breathing, it just brings me back into center. Of course, I've developed and I've cultivated some of those other things in the morning in my practice, but having a sense of making sure your diaphragm has its full excursion is really, really, really helpful. So another thing that's important is another way that we can measure depth of breath is through what we call heart rate variability. So when we breathe in, the diaphragm drops down, but breathing in stimulates a little bit of sympathetic tone. So what should happen naturally is that our heart rate, the beat, goes up just slightly. So, and then when we exhale, we tend to stimulate more of a parasympathetic, and so the heart rate slows down slightly. And we're talking slightly, a beat or two here. And the distance between the two is called your heart rate variability. And it's also known as the respiratory sinus arrhythmia. It's an arrhythmia in the heart, but it's a healthy one. And it takes us, it really gives us a sense of our ability to respond to stress, to recover from illnesses and inflammations, and to maintain homeostasis. It is a major measurement now that is used for diagnosing one's ability to cultivate and maintain resilience. So an increased heart rate variability means better physical and mental health. It indicates a well-functioning autonomic nervous system. And it shows, there's a graph that shows it. On the inhalation, there's a peak, and on the exhalation, there's a valley. And here again, we can talk about, even from a visual feeling, of what a depth is. The deeper that valley, the deeper the distance between the peak and the valley, the greater the heart rate variability. So heart rate variability is another way to determine the depth of a breath and the quality of the depth of that breath. It shows what a deep breath is. And so how do we cultivate heart rate variability? Well, we've just practiced 6 keys to that practice. And these keys are so crucial. You'll read in the literature, meditate, use sensory awareness. You'll read in the literature, in the research, do vagal engagement. You'll read in the research, develop energy flow in your body. You'll read in the research, be able to integrate and differentiate. You'll read in the research coherent breathing. I know I'm beating this to death, but you'll also read integrate, differentiate, and posture. Very rarely I haven't seen it anywhere where you read, do all 6 of those and practice. Now, it's not easy to do all 6 of these, and it's a challenge, but I tell you, when you start to cultivate sensory awareness, which enhances relaxation, reduces stress, and improves heart rate variability, and integrate it with moving of chi and energy, which regulates the autonomic nervous system, and moving it with vagal engagement, all of these things, this is such a powerful vagal engagement right here, and right here, and right here. And integrated differentiation, posture. You start to see how all of these keys connect, coordinate, and develop and cultivate a level of control that does much more than just heart rate variability. It calms us. It regulates us, it integrates us, but it does also deepen our ability for heart rate variability. And you can get that on your Apple Watch. You can get that on a ring that you wear around your finger. You can monitor these things now with so many things. And I have people tell me, oh my God, I can sense when my diaphragm's dropping because this and that happens on the graph. So that's part 2 of what cultivates or what constitutes a depth breath. So thanks for listening, everybody. It's really nice to be able to share some of these things with you. Thank you.